What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Otaku Kickback Sessions. As always, I am your host, Easy the Shinobi, and I'm hoping you guys are having a great week and hopefully, you guys had a fantastic weekend. Um, and something special or something big what did happen over the last weekend. Just a quick note: this is going to be the only time. We're moving the episode to Tuesday, or due to some commitments on Monday that we couldn't release it. Um, but next week we are going to be back to our regular Monday morning programming, as to say. But so yeah, for right now, or at least for this episode, it's Tuesday morning. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. There was something big that happened over the weekend, and yeah, it was the release of Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Fortunately, I did manage to go watch the movie and check it out with some friends and stuff. And just a quick spoiler-free review to start us off on this episode. Man, I gotta tell you that movie was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing. Um, it's not. It's basically the best way to put it is it has a good mix of your traditional Marvel MCU action, but for the most part, it also includes that. How can I put this? That break from the norm. That we see in some MCU films, where it's more of a internal conflict as opposed to, oh yeah, there's a one main villain, and they're threatening to essentially take over the world or essentially destroy the country or whatnot. Um, and I do like it. I did like the parts or at least the story that was told within the movie about essentially Peter Parker facing essentially the fallout of his wish that was made at the end of No Way Home, where he had wished for everybody to forget about Peter Parker, and we see his daily life afterwards. And it was well written. It was wonderfully played out throughout the course of the movie, mixing between some of the mixing between basically the majority of the Spider-Man scenes and stuff, especially some of the action scenes. Where he's going through the whole, as we've seen in the trailers and the previews, as he's going through the whole change when it comes to his arachnid DNA and trying to essentially essentially hold off from it, where he doesn't want to let it take over and stuff. Um, I won't go much further into it because I highly recommend you guys check out the movie, especially if you're a fan of Spider-Man or if you've been meaning to check it out. Again, spoiler free. But for my money, it was I could I could say it was probably the best out of the three. Out of the new trilogy, the Tom Holland trilogy of Spider-Man movies. So yeah, go check it out. It is worth the admission price, and the soundtrack was also underrated. It was pretty good. As well, it was well curated for this movie. Was surprised that there was a Bad Bunny track on it, but it hit really well too. Um, but yeah, man, I can't give enough praise to the storytelling that was done throughout the movie, and it takes an important lesson where even if you lose everything, even if you have to start again from zero, have all of us as humans, we all have the courage to start again from zero, and continue to move on with life with some hope. Yeah, if that's one of the messages you take away from this from watching it. It's a fantastic message to keep in your life. So again, go check out Spider-Man: Brand New Day. It not sponsored, by the way, though. If they want to shoot me a couple bucks or some free Spider-Man gear, hey, I'm not opposed to it. But but yeah, man, the movie's incredible. I'll for sure go watch it. Let's see, and now to start us off with our regular programming, let's get into some anime news section. Uh, into some anime news. First things first, we do have an announcement that would happen over the weekend of a new Digimon anime project that was announced for 2027. There hasn't been any more details of it, like a release date, or if it's going to be a new series or a new movie project. And I just said it was going to come out in 2027. I'm assuming more information will come out within basically within like at least the last half of the year. Seeing as Digimon Beat Break series, the series is still going on. I believe it's going on for the next. I think it supposedly it has like a couple more episodes to go, like around 4 more episodes before the season ends. So I figured we might get at least a release date as to what the new anime project is. Yeah, that's gonna come out in 2027. But yeah, let's keep a look on it for that. We do have some news from the creator of My Hero Academia, Kohei Horikoshi. This is a connection, oh, not a connection to My Hero. It is a new project that he's taking out. It's a one-shot horror manga that's titled "Don't Laugh, Shijima-san." This one-shot is going to be a part of a combined editions 37 and 38 of Weekly Shonen Jump. That's coming out, I believe it's later on this month. And it's going to be a 61-page one shot that's described as a boy meets girl horror story. There was a visual trail, or not a visual trailer, but a visual teaser to promote it, along with the announcement. And this is going to be. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty good one. I know a lot of people within the My Hero fandom did say, or they did, when the series was going on, they did say that they could envision Horikoshi at least taking out something within the horror genre. Judging how with some of the artwork that he has done throughout the manga, where it's more horror esque or horror adjacent, and he did extremely well with it. So this is going to be if basically the small tastes, I guess, throughout the manga, were a preview of what he could do when his mind is set to write something that's more on the scary side of stuff. Man, this thing is gonna be it's gonna be pretty freaky. So if you're a horror fanatic, if you're a horror fanatic that's also a My Hero fan, I have a feeling this is gonna be something that you would want to check out. And so yeah, just be on the lookout when it comes out for on the Weekly Shonen Jump. We did also get some news on the Attack on Titan 3 video game. It's now confirmed for a December 10th, 2026 release, so it's going to come out at the end of the year. I believe they are going to have some special physical edition copies as well as digital deluxe editions. And if I remember correctly, I think I may have read that Studio Mappa is planning a special opening animation for the video game. So yeah, and also too, if you happen to have the save data from the first two Attack on Titan video games, I believe it was described on the article which it came out in, or which confirmed the release date, that you could transfer the save data um, over to the new Attack on Titan 3 video game when it comes out. You might want to double check that in case I'm wrong. Feel free to let me know in the comments. But yeah, and, if you're one of the people that has the first two games and you want to carry over your data, you're in luck. Let's see. Oh, a fairly recent season three announcement that happened, I believe, today or earlier today. Change Soldier season three was officially announced during a special event. Right now, the only status of it that we know of is that it's currently in production. No premiere date as of now, but as soon as we get more information, we'll go ahead and let you know about it. So yeah, any Change Culture fans out there? Because I believe season two is still ongoing as well, or I think it just wrapped up. Um, you do have some confirmation, or you now have official confirmation that season three is in the works. So it's something to get hyped about. Let's see. Speaking of manga endings, Gabriel Dropout manga will end on the next upcoming chapter. for it. I believe it's ending about a 15-year ish run or so of the manga that was ongoing, along with the anime adaptation that went on for one season. So we're about to say goodbye to Gabriel the Angel and Satania and the rest of their friends in the upcoming chapter. And another manga that's going to be finishing up tomorrow will be the new Prince of Tennis manga that's going to end with its final chapter. And in general, this is going to mark the end of the Prince of Tennis manga that's been going on for 27 years with the original manga series, and now with the new Prince of Tennis that's the sequel series that's ending tomorrow. So any Prince of Tennis fans out there, that basically we're looking forward to the end. Feel free to check out the chapter tomorrow when it comes out. And on top of so that's it for the anime news portion for this episode. I did want to give a quick review to because I have been playing this over the past week because anticipating I've been waiting for this when it was uploaded on Game Pass. Let's let me go ahead and talk about the Halo campaign Evolved remake that just recently came out. I know that's been the topic of conversation out in the video game world over the past week or so, and honestly, to give my 2 cents about it, it's a pretty solid game. I was coming in with low expectations. First off, because I know this is pretty much the second remake of the game, uh, but supposedly the anniversary that was a remaster. Basically, is the same campaign with the updated graphics. But overall, I mean, it does the first game justice. It does. I do like the fact that on top of three the three additional campaign stories, where basically it does it does kind of give a sort of a prologue before the in between Reach and basically the first Halo Combat Evolved game. Yeah, it does tell a pretty good story between Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson taking down one of the Covenant ships and trying to capture one of the prophets later on throughout the story. But and we do get some pretty good. I was telling Respecter about this. We do get some pretty good, I guess, buddy cop dialogue between Johnson and Chief that kind of help flesh out a bit more of their friendship and shows kind of a bit more of a dry comedy side to Master Chief. So that was always nice to see, but it's also pretty good to it was also pretty good gameplay as part of it as well. It's a pretty good story throughout throughout the three extra missions. And again, this is mainly going to be spoiler free in case you haven't played the new game. Um, Go ahead and try to keep it as spoiler free as possible. But heading into the meat and bones, into the main campaign storyline, I'm almost done with the main campaign story. I have the last mission to go to with the Pillar of Autumn before I can fully close it out. But honestly, so far, I feel like they did a pretty solid job with it. Would I prefer this over the original game? No, but that's mainly because the original game still holds up. In my view, it still holds up in 2026. But this is still a pretty good remake for it. I do like the fact that we do get some more of the dialogue and cutscenes fleshed out. For it, as an example, when you do the first mission and Master Chief gets the pistol from Captain Keys. Obviously, in the original game, it's just here's a pistol. I don't keep it loaded, so you're gonna have to find ammo throughout the Pillar of Autumn for it. But and a bit okay, I lied. This is my bad, folks. Yeah, but in the remake cutscene, in the campaign evolved cutscene, he hands over the specially engraved pistol with has some gold etchings on it, some gold UNSC markings on it, and he entrusts it to Chief, letting him know, if anything happens to me, give this to my daughter. and it entrusted to Master Chief. So that's something. So that's one of the examples of how at least how the cutscenes in a campaign evolved. Were essentially more updated and added a bit more content, a bit more lore to the original cutscenes that came out in the first game, and as well as gameplay stuff. I do like the fact that they at least included some new weapons in it. At least in the main story or in the main campaign with the SMG and the energy sword. Um, I feel like I'm blanking. I had it in, I had another one in mind too that you could use. Though I do wish that you could have used the needle or rifle and the spiker and the brute plasma rifle as well um, during the main campaign, as opposed to just only for the three added on missions. Um, Plus, you get to essentially the hijacking vehicle ability that got introduced in basically Halo 2 and 3. It's added to this one, and so that kind of changes up the gameplay for it. One thing that I did find throughout my and this, I don't know if they did it in the second time you have to go through the control room and stuff. I know they added it in Keys, when you have to go rescue Captain Keys in the mission, or from the flood and the Covenant and stuff. One thing that I did find that I didn't know they actually included in the remake is the fact. So in the first game, when you essentially want to get the overshield or want to get the invisibility cloak for it, um, you essentially could go get it, and it's not just you now, or it's not just the elites that know how to use the invisibility cloak specifically. Now it's also the flood, and that thing caught me by surprise too, because there was a point in the mission in Keys where I swore I cleared the area of essentially Covenant and Flood, and then I stopped around because I was hearing more noises of like the flood around, and I just kept thinking, it's like, well, I cleared everything. Where is this like fucking other creature? I don't see him. I don't know where he is, until out of the corner of my eye, I see something jump from like a cliff, from like a little ledge that's on the cliffside, into my line of sight. And it turns out these fucking flood know how to use the invisibility cloak now. I'm not I'm not bullshitting you. They know how to use it now. I was like, well, that makes these fuckers more terrifying. And so that's a new feature that they added to it, and as well as, God, since they updated the graphics, I still, for my money, I still say that the flood is some of the most straight up horrifying, disgusting creatures that has ever existed in the existence of video games. Because, good lord, they really up the ante with how just freaky these things look. Especially the new juggernauts that they bought in from Halo 3 onto Campaign Evolved, because let me go on a quick tidbit about the juggernauts. If you want a comparison to what they are, think of the hunters from the Covenant, but instead of them being made up by worms, they're just they're just basically these big hulking, bruising, like fucking, just messes of biomass that have essentially kind of overgrown claws and stuff. And it was not enough that these dudes are extremely, extremely tough to take down. I'm talking with like rockets or with fuel rod cannons. That's the other one that you can use for fuel rod cannons now on Campaign Evolved. But they're essentially bullet sponges. It takes a lot to take them down, and I'm playing a normal, so I can't really imagine how extremely difficult it would be to take them down on legendary. But if that's not enough, apparently they also carry the little parasite hosts that jump out at you to try to infect you, and it's super grody how they do it too, because they just straight up throw them up, for lack of a better term. because at some points you do see them stop there, basically kind of like, I don't know what they call it, running around or just basically galloping around and stuff. They stop, then they hurl over, and just dude, it just makes him, it just makes these things more disgusting and more terrifying. And they did a silly good job at portraying how utterly creepy the flood is, and it's yeah, I can't say enough of it. But overall, for my 2 cents, it is a solid game. It is a pretty good game. It reminded me of why I love the series and why I love the Halo franchise and stuff. It also reminded me of how basically how pissed I used to get as a kid, whenever, especially during the basically flood missions. Um, because you just got hordes of Covenant and Flood going after you and basically just getting in your way. It's fun. It gets really fun, but it also gets super frustrating as well. And again, I'm playing on normal, so if you're playing on legendary, man, you guys are fucking tough. I'll give you that much. But enough about that. Just wanted to give a quick review on both Spider-Man Brand New Day and Halo Campaign Evolved. Both solid games recommended, or both the movie and the game recommended. It's solid. Um, I know there's been some discussion about the glitches, and I mean, to be honest, even the original games had glitches too. So, and so far, I haven't encountered any glitch that's like just you know game breaking and makes me want to turn off the console. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's still a solid entry for uh, in my opinion. And yeah, if it's something you're interested, if you basically want to check out the Halo franchise as a brand new player, I mean, I feel like the campaign evolve also works well to get as an entry point for it. So feel free to check it out. Besides that, this is going to be a quick episode. We are going to come back next week with with a brand new manga review and 3 episode review. I'm currently watching some stuff, so I just want to take note and basically bring in the a great 3 episode review for you next week around. But other than that, some final words. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe this video or this podcast. Also, feel free to follow us and on Blue Sky at Otaku Kickback Sessions, and as well as on Instagram at Otaku_kickbacks. And other than that, yeah, hope you guys are having a great summer. We're entering the final month of summer in August. And again, hopefully you guys are staying cool out there. It is getting pretty hot out. So wear sunscreen, take water breaks, get some shade if you're outside, and and yeah, hopefully you guys are staying good, staying blessed, and other than that, this is the Otaku Kickback Sessions. I'm using the Shinobi, and I'll see you on the next one.